I'm nervous.
Why?
I never thought you'd get that lucky.
You look so good. I mean, wait.
Like he's a friendly dog anyway.
Jeez, he's big. Yeah, I know that was my first thought when I saw him. I think that would be like a small dog.
Yes, yes.
Looks like a teddy bear. He does look like a teddy bear. Yeah, that's what I do with him most of the time. He really loves people. With his floor, it always sounds like there's another human being walking around the apartment.
No, he's gonna sit there.
It's like it's a light one. Well, that could be okay.
Okay, so
I knew that I wanted a dog for a really long time, but I was not looking for a right time when I finished university, everything. And then I moved back to Greece and I was like, okay, now is the time. So I looked through many websites, many dogs, and then I saw this one and I was like, yep, that's my dog.
but what was it about him?
I don't know, I like that he's really fluffy and sweet and massive and I don't know, it felt like my dog, it felt right.
And was it the right decision?
Yes, definitely. He's the best dog.
In what way?
He's a really nice character. I like it that he's not about that age and he's not a puppy anymore. Because I didn't want a puppy, I wanted a bit grown dog. He's very well behaved, he understands, he's extremely smart. He has really strong, high emotional intelligence. He can read people, read emotions, everything. He knows what to do, when to do. He's a really great flatmate for me. We get on really fine. But it took him actually a long time to adapt. I think he's not one of those dogs, that he comes to a new house and he's straight away like, hey, I'm home. It took like maybe 3-4 months.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really show any bad signs, but I could see that he's not like 100% convinced yet that he's home. He was always just testing, looking around, what's gonna happen, where I'm gonna go next, and everything. And I think now he's starting to understand that, okay, that's my home, that's everything.
Before you moved, you were in a really small apartment.
Yes.
When you adopted him.
Yeah.
Was it, because the stereotype is, I live in an apartment, I want a small dog.
We had to take obviously longer walks, more walks. I think he's more active here than he was in that apartment, but I just tried to compensate it with more walks or something. I think the hardest part was not the apartment, but the whole area, because there were not many places where you can let him loose to run around. If there was something next to the house, like something close where you can go and just let him loose and run around, I think it's not a problem.
Mm.
But he was always on the leash most of the time because there are no places where you can just let him go. Apartment in general is not a problem, as long as he has his exercise and his walks and everything. Especially when he's not a very young dog, he doesn't need to run all the time. Never had any accidents. He's extremely well behaved. It's impressive. I can't believe that he's been in the street. But actually, surprisingly, he acts very differently when he sees stray dogs versus dogs on the leash. Dogs on the leash gets like a bit protective and everything, but with stray dogs, he's calmer. He approaches them nicely. Maybe he can sense the energy, that they're scared or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's different. When he sees a dog on the leash, he pulls towards it. He wants to show his power, but when he sees a stray dog, he's completely different.
What's he like with cats?
No, we're not talking about his issues with cats.
Issues with cats? He eats from a garbage once in a while.
He does?
Yes, he does, and he steals food. Because for him it's more delicious. Maybe he feels that he found it, he hunted on it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not 100% obedient, he's got his own character, but I kind of like it as well. For example, I leave him, I go to work, and I come back from work, and I can see his paws all over the couch. And he pretends that he's never been there, but I'm like, you dumbass, I can see your feet, I can see your hair, literally all over. I can see that you were laying here. I spoke with a vet, and she told me that most probably he didn't have a mother and brothers and sisters even when he was a puppy, because his teeth are not quite developed, and she said it's because most probably he never had mother's milk, and most probably he never, so I think he was abandoned as a very small puppy. I feel so sorry, really. I think he had the toughest life possible, and he's such a good character.
But there's a camera smell. He licked my lens before.
It's not that different, large or small. I had some small dogs as well before, and it's pretty much the same thing in terms of walking and taking care of. I like his size. Actually, I like that he's so massive. It's fun. And he's fun to walk as well. When I'm walking him in the street, you have this extra confidence. I feel like I have this bear next to me all the time. And you get two types of people when you walk him all the time. There's people like, oh my god, and they start playing and cuddling him and everything. And there's that second type of people where they just cross the street and walk as far away as possible. And I think when they see me walking him as well, they think, okay, I don't trust her ability to control this dog. For the first 3-4 months, he didn't play, he didn't tag his tail, he didn't. He didn't. Oh.
He was confused.
In general, he never showed too much emotions. He's so cute. And his paw thing, that was one of the main things, that. And I didn't know that he does it all the time
cute.
With everybody. And when I came to see him for the first time and he done the paw, and I was like, oh, it's so amazing, it's so, okay, that's definitely my dog, I'm taking him. And then I saw that he's doing it with everybody, and I can imagine him thinking I can't believe I tricked this sucker into adopting me. I can't believe it worked. It's not that much different from adopting a small dog, really, because small dogs also need to exercise. It's really about the character, about the age of the dog, about everything. Because, for example, if he's energetic, it's either small or large dog, he will need to go out and do things. So it's... And in general, if he gets his exercise, he's calm the rest of the day. I think in general, large dogs are better behaved than small dogs, just because people take more time to train them. And if there's for example, somebody else with a large dog, we can look at each other, we have understanding. We go to the opposite sides of the street and we go calmly. People with small dogs, I don't think they understand it, and if they keep the dog in the apartment all the time, and the dog goes out and he goes insane, and they give this massive long leash, and the dog goes all over the place.
Oh, that's fancy.
And it's irritating him as well, and it's irritating many other dogs as well. So I think in general, it's not really... You shouldn't separate them that much, because they all need attention and everything. So it's not like if I'm going to adopt a small dog, I will not have to walk him, exercise or train him. It's exactly the same thing. And with his age, with his everything, he's perfect. We go, we play, we run, and then he goes and he sleeps next to me, and he's just, as long as there's a person, he's fine.
Thank you.
No, thank you, really. Oh my god. Seriously, I don't consider that I rescued him, because in general, I think we rescued each other. I needed a dog in my life just as much as he needed me, maybe. And it's something was missing in my life, and now that's someone, who's running his perfect flatmate. He's nice. I needed him in my life. And so yeah, I think we are a good match in general. It's always those things, but it just becomes part of the routine I'm planning in my head. It's always after a while it's part of what you do. But it's really worth it, I think.
Thank you.
Bye bye, take care. Bye bye, buddy.